1950s lifelong criminal admits why he did it.
I understand you're not from a large city area. Are you from a farm or a small town?
Small town.
What part of a small town? The so-called good side of the tracks or the other side?
The other side.
When you say the other side, exactly what do you mean? What was wrong over there?
Well, where all the guys get in trouble all the time.
You mean the police were down there all the time?
That's right.
And you were raised in that particular area, is that right?
That's right.
See, this was the era when crazy was actually crazy. These days, you have a lot of people that like can hide and they can be a chameleon. You know what I'm saying? And they can shapeshift and they don't have to necessarily show you crazy all the time. Back then, there was no hiding being crazy. Either you was crazy or you wasn't.
How old were you when you got into what I might ask uh, to be your first major difficulty with the law?
Well, I was 17. I stole a car.
Why a car, and why then?
Well, I got in a family argument one night, and I just wanted to get out of town. I was mad at everybody. So I went uptown and I stole a car and started to leave.
What was wrong at home?
Well, that's none of your business.
You stole the car, you went uptown. How long before you were caught?
Well, the same night.
By the county police or state police?
State police.
What happened to you then? They put you in jail?
Right.
What next?
Well, I went to court and the judge gave me probation. I beat the rap.
When you say you beat the rap, what do you mean? You didn't consider probation too heavy?
No, that. I thought I got off pretty light. I mean,
Did you make probation all right, or did you get in some more difficulty?
No, I got in a little trouble.
What sort
A
of
couple
trouble?
of weeks after probation.
What sort of trouble did you get into?
Well, I burglarized a place and got sent away to reformatory.
For how long?
For
They tried to give my man a lobotomy.
1 to 3 years.
So you violated your probation. Well, what did it mean to you to violate your probation? That would be pretty rough on the average person.
It didn't bother me.
Well, why
It
didn't
just
it?
happened.
Why didn't it bother you? It would bother the average person.
Well, I'm not the average person.
Yeah, and back then there was no fucking hiding it. There was no medication. There was no, I mean, like that's why you got people like not long after this, you got people like Charles Manson. You know what I'm saying? Like you got people that were just crazy, and there was no hiding it. There was just nothing you could do for 'em.
Did reformatory do anything for you?
Nope.
Oh, I met a few guys that knew a little more about the kind of life I wanted to lead, and
Hmm.
I learned a little more about what I wanted to do when I got out.
In other words, you were getting an education in there, not the type of education that I would consider a good one. Is that right?
That's right.
When you got out, where did you go? Did you go out on parole or did you serve all your time?
No, I went out on parole, and I got out on parole and went to Oklahoma. And I met a couple of guys in Oklahoma in a bar one night.
Hmm.
And, well, they were the same kind of guys as me, so I started talking to them. We got pretty friendly. And we went out this certain night and robbed about 9 motels.
You were using a gun,
Right.
and you met some fellows in a bar.
That's right.
You said they were something like you. What do you mean by that?
Well, they kind of thought the same way I did, and
Well,
they
how did-
wanted the same things I did.
They wanted the same things. Well, when you say that they thought the same way you did, what are you talking about? What do you mean by that?
Well, they wanted money easy. They didn't want to work for it. There's a lot of suckers in the world, man. And we didn't figure we were the suckers, so we just get it the easy way.
Didn't you figure there was anything wrong with this? This might sound a little funny to you from what you've said, but a man could have gotten killed in a motel robbery.
I thought, I'm wrong. I thought that it was he was a killer. I guess he was just a criminal. But either way, you can tell there's obviously something wrong with him. You can tell he's crazy.
What about that?
He got killed.
Didn't make any difference to you?
That's right.
Why?
Well,
Why would it make a difference to you for a man to get killed? Maybe by your hand.
I wouldn't nobody worry about me if I got killed or anything. So I don't worry about anybody else.
This is
If
a-
I'd killed him, it'd just...
That right there is the crazy gears a turning in this man's mind.
been another death to me, is all.
That's the way you operated?
That's right.
That's the way these fellas operated?
That's right.
But like he said though, he went to the bar and met these dudes or whatever. Imagine going to the bar and you're like sitting there talking to this dude and you're like, oh hell yeah, bro, like we should like, and we've all done it, you know what I'm saying? Like, oh bro, we should like go fucking rob this fucking store right now, bro. Like we should like just fuck it. Yeah, YOLO. But you don't actually go do it. But imagine you're sitting there with this guy and he's like got this look in his eye and he's like, let's go. Like he's like dead ass. Like he's not trolling. Like he wants to go. He needs to go rob the store. And if you don't go with him, he's probably gonna kill you. Like, what the fuck are you gonna do? You gonna say, nah, bruh, can't do it.
Did you think you were big timers?
That's right.
Well, what happened? Did you get caught for that?
Yeah, we got caught, and I went in front of this other judge, and I beat that rap too.
How did you beat it?
Well, the judge asked me if I wanted to go in the Army, and naturally I said yes. So I went in the Army, and I wasn't in there very long.
What happened?
Oh, they kicked me out.
For what?
Well, just about everything. I just didn't like the Army or the people in it.
Where did you go after you got booted out of the Army?
Well, I went home. I thought maybe I still had a home. I went home for a couple of days, but it was the same thing, so I took off again. I didn't want to work, though.
And that put you nowhere, more or less. You didn't want to work.
That's right.
What did you do?
Well, I started meeting older women than me.
They were supporting you? You were living with them?
That's right.
How long can something like that go on?
Well, until I end up in a penitentiary for the rest of my life.
That is pretty damn valid. That's usually how that ends for most of these people. And it's very sad. Like, I mean, but he's also like that's how you can tell. That's why I kept emphasizing that there's something definitely wrong with this man. And I'm not like making fun of mental problems or anything like that, but there's obviously something very wrong with him because he's so vulgar. But the problem is in this time, it's not like it is today. Like we have to look back. That's why we look back at these videos and we're like, oh my God. But mental struggles and mental health crisis and under like that's why the journalist is like trying to understand why he's doing these things because at this time we weren't really talking about like what type of problems people have, but you can tell that that dude probably needed psychiatric help. Like he needed to be talking to someone. He needed to like go and they obviously they tried to help him at the time, but they tried to help him in the wrong way. They were like, "Hey, why don't you take your crazy ass and join the army?" And that didn't work out. And it's just sad, man. It's really sad, but thankfully we've gotten way past this point for mental health and it seems like we are way better off than where we were compared if you think about some of the crimes that used to happen and some of the things that used to go on in this time period compared to yes, it's still horrible with some of the things that we have to deal with today, but good Lord, man, at least there's a lot more help for a lot more people who need it, um, like him. So yeah, appreciate y'all for watching the video. If you liked, please leave a like, comment, and subscribe. I love all y'all, and as always, man, peace.